Welcome to the Client Magnet Podcast, where we're going to deep dive into the world of personal training, and we're going to equip you with the knowledge and the strategies on how to excel in your personal training business. If you're passionate about fitness and you want to take your game to the next level, then this is the right place for you. In each episode, we're going to bring you expert interviews, real-life success stories, and actionable tips that you can implement immediately, from crafting and compelling pitches to connecting authentically with potential clients. We'll leave no stone unturned in your quest to help you become a fitness professional. Personal training services just isn't about making sales, but it is about forging meaningful relationships and guiding individuals towards their fitness goals. And we believe in combining those two things will help you make this a long-lasting career. Get ready to embrace the art of personal training and the science of selling and connecting you with the joy of transforming life. This is the Client Magnet Podcast, and I'm your host, Manny Fraser. Let's dive in. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Rise and Thrive, and you will be unlocking your potential today. I'm your host, Manny Fraser, and today we have an inspiring topic that is only not relevant to personal trainers and fitness professionals, but anyone that's striving for success in their field. We're delving into the fascinating world of small wants versus big wants, and how mastering daily productivity can become a game changer in your career. Okay, so let's start with it. We need to understand by unraveling the concept of big wants. These are dreams that ignite our passion and drive us in the fitness industry. Big wants are our long-term goals. These are the things that you really want to do. These are like your 3 to 5 year goals. You want to open up a gym. You want to be a personal trainer. You want to be whatever it is that you want to do. Pretty much you want to make sure that your big want is the thing that you actually accomplish, right? It's the big thing in terms of the big want is that no matter what happens, I will do this. And so an example of a big want that I personally had was being a personal trainer, becoming a fitness manager. And a big want I have is also going into being a more executive type person and getting my fingers into the personal training industry. I said this when I actually got hired into the big box gym. And I said to my recruiter, my goal is to help mold the fitness industry and leave my mark on it. And whatever that meant at the time, I didn't know what that meant. And whatever that means right now, I'm just chasing after it. But my goal right now is my goal is to help people. Because one thing I realized is that my career in the fitness industry, I found easy. This is my passion. I like this. I'm doing really well at it. I'm very successful at it. There are a lot of talents and things that I really did well. Now, the question is, how do I duplicate that? How do I hire someone today and then be able to say, okay, go do this right now? Right? And there's some little things that I had to work on in terms of helping the newest person and really like being non-negotiable about some of the skill sets that you have to learn. There are soft skill sets in personal training that you have no option but to do it. So like an option, like in terms of talking to random people, you have no option but to talk to random people because that's part of your job. So the importance of big wants is that no matter what, this is the thing that's going to ignite your passion and it's going to drive you forward to the goals that you have. Utilizing smart goal setting is really derived towards the big wants. And it's a roadmap. So when you utilize smart goal setting, it really helps. So specific, measurable, attainable, realistic time frame. These are big things, I want to say big rocks you got to move before you look at everything. So like when I'm looking at big wants that I want to accomplish, I really need to stay focused on this is what I want to do long term. So case in point, I want to buy an apple orchard in some point in my life. So I'd say in the next 5 to 10 years, I want to get an apple orchard for me and my family. So what does that look like? First, get a house. So we have a house right now we live in. Okay, cool. I'm on Facebook groups, looking up different farms. So I get updates on farms that are being sold. I look at foreclosures. I look at everything. And I'm looking to be able to take what I have and put it into a farm. Why? I like farms. I worked on a farm. I worked on a farm for those of you who don't know, I worked on a farm for 6 months. That's how I was able to help my wife, at the time my girlfriend, get a car. We were able to get a car through it. And this is while I was incarcerated. Yeah, I was incarcerated and I helped buy a car, right? Like, that's what I did. And it was, one of the things was that so she was able to visit me. That was one. I mean, like, that was one big thing. Another thing was that so I had something to pick me up in when I got out. And she got the car. It was a blue Saturn Ion. She liked the doors opening, the suicide doors at the back. It was very fun. But it was really that big want. What I did, whatever it took to make sure that I got the best paying job, to make sure that I was able to send money out, to make sure that I was able to make the most out of this. Right? So big wants are things that they're going to be your thing that make you passionate. Whatever your big want is, you really need to write it down and have it in front of you. And your big wants don't take much out of you. Like in terms of dealing with people, your big wants when you're dealing with like clients or customers or people generally will be they want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, well, how badly do you want to lose 20 pounds? When someone says they want to lose 20 pounds but they're not willing to change, they don't really want to lose 20 pounds. Right? If someone says they want to get stronger, but they don't want to train hard, they don't really want to get stronger. They kind of want to get stronger. Like, you don't kind of do the big wants, you do the big wants. You want to be successful, be successful. Okay? You want to get whatever it is that you want in life, do it. But if you want to have it as a big want, then it needs to be able to move heaven and earth. It needs to move everything for you to be able to do it. Right? So here's the next thing, the challenge of small wants. And I think that a lot of people are living in this thing where they have these goals that they're saying are big wants, but they're actually small wants. And so what are small wants? Small wants are the daily tasks that can either be stepping stones to our big wants or roadblocks to our progress. So a lot of times in terms of small wants, these are things that, like, let's say for instance that you want to be able to compete in powerlifting and be the strongest Canadian or strongest American or strongest in the world. Okay, cool. So now you got to work out every single day. Ooh, I don't want to work out every day. Do you actually want to be the strongest? Because the big want might be that you want to be the strongest. The small want might be that you need to work out every single day. So the question is, are you willing to do that? Right? Those are that's the daily stepping stone that you need to do. The roadblocks that come up with the small wants are generally your like procrastination. I'll put it off till later, right? So a lot of times when you put off small wants for me are like cleaning my office. Man, I tell you something, I am a messy person in terms of office stuff. And one of the reasons why I am messy is because I want to say I'm a functional mess. But the main thing is, like, I have a system that works and I get things done. But when it comes to cleaning's so mundane to me and doesn't add to my big want of being able to crush my goals. So now if someone could point out how I could be more productive with cleaning my office and I'd make more money, then I'd clean my office every day. But I haven't found that it's made me more money having a clean office or a dirty office. I try and clean it, but realistically, it gets messy. It does get messy from time to time, especially I try and clean in the beginning of the month, and by the middle of the month, we're messy again because I'm like the Tasmanian devil when it comes to work. I'll work, and the things that are small wants, like in terms of like cleaning the office, I don't see that as a big task. I put that off. I'm just going to be completely honest. So I don't see it as a roadblock. I see it as something that it's a small want, but it's not something I can put off, and I'll put off, and I'll put off, and I'll put off. They're not roadblocks to my progress. A roadblock to my progress would be, let's say a small want would be, all right, I want to gain 2 clients this month. Okay, that's a big want. The small want would be, I need to talk to people. I want to talk to people, 10 people a day. Now, let's say, for instance, every single time I can't talk to people because I feel overwhelmed or I feel like they're going to say, like, they don't want to listen to me. Then all of a sudden, instead of me talking to people, I don't talk to anybody. Well, now I'm procrastinating. And now that's a roadblock to my progress of wanting to gain 2 clients every single day. So a lot of times when we're looking at small wants, these are things that hold us back from being able to really kind of focus on what we need to do. Okay. So now we're going to talk about strategies for daily productivity, because daily productivity is kind of what we're really wanting to master now. And this, when you get to daily productivity, this is how you can actually push your career forward. All right. So here are some strategies. Make sure you have a pen and paper. If you're listening to this in your car, make sure you put a timestamp on this, 9 minutes, and listen to this when you're at home so you can write down some more stuff. Okay. So here's how it goes. When it comes down to it, we have to look at prioritization. Prioritization is the first step in terms of being able to really emphasize on tasks that you need to do and when you need to do them. So there's something called the Eisenhower matrix. And what the Eisenhower matrix is, can help you focus on the things that you want to be able to do. So when we're looking at like what you want to be able to do, you have to task it in certain groups. So there is your needs to do right now. There is your I'm going to do later. There is your I'm putting off until later. And then there's the ones that I'm going to do like right away. So Eisenhower matrix goes like this. Let me just pull it up for you guys and then talk. Okay. So an Eisenhower matrix goes like this: important, urgent, important, not urgent, not important, urgent, and not important, urgent. So this helps with in terms of like productivity. So like important, urgent would be for me on a daily basis at work would be talk to 10 people. That's important and urgent. The reason for me it's important and urgent because this is how it helps me get results in terms of gaining clients and finding people that want to get training and whatnot. Important and not urgent would be scheduling my sessions for tomorrow in terms of my clients that I have. Now this is important, but it's not urgent to do until pretty much the end of the day. So it is important, more important by the end of the day, but it's not important. Not important, urgent would be for me in here would be switching up my shoes, and I'd say it's urgent but not important because switching up my shoes, I have a plethora of shoes that I wear for different things, and wearing the shoes would be something that I like doing. It's not an urgent. It's an urgent thing when I'm like training. Like I like my squat shoes, my deadlift shoes. I have all different shoes for different things that I do, but it's not important for me to change necessarily because there's times where I squat in my deadlift shoes. I don't deadlift in my squat shoes. Never do that. It's weird. And then not important, not urgent would be cleaning my office. It's not important. Actually, I'd say not important and urgent is cleaning my office, and not important, not urgent is switching my shoes. That's the right thing. Okay. So in terms of it, when you're looking at it, I find that when I can be effective towards the things that I do around here is when I really focus on me personally prioritizing the things that are going to help move the big ball forward of my big want. My big want is to be of excellence winner in my company, right? So that means it's just like the MVP, like being one of the top fitness managers in my company. That's a big want. Okay, so that big want's going to take a lot of small wants to get there. Those small wants can be a daily working, like being here early, staying back late. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. I was here in my office at 5 a.m. I woke up at 4 because to get here, I need to be up by 4. And I was out of the door here by 5. Met my client, price presented, did all my stuff, and I'm here till 8 tonight. Really and truly, when it comes down to prioritization, like big want, if I want to be the best there is in terms of my profession and my job, it's going to take me to be different. I'm going to have to work harder than everyone else, and I understand that. Okay, so next, let's talk about another way for productivity, daily productivity, another strategy, which is time blocking. So time blocking realistically is a concept in terms of creating structured schedules that can enhance focus and productivity. So a really good, easy way of time blocking would be like, okay, let's say that you want to read every single morning, right? So you need to block out time for that. And so this is something I used to do all the time when I was really focused on trading during COVID. I was really trading. I was trading all the time. You have to block out a lot of time, right? And you can utilize a Google Calendar or Apple Calendar, and you can utilize color coding. It really helps in terms of understanding the times that you have. But time blocking and to-do lists really help. So like realistically, what you have is like, okay, let's say for instance, like when I was day trading, this is what I had to do. I would wake up in the morning, I would pray, I would make my coffee, I would sit down at my desk, I'd feel very calm. I'd like need to be in a calm place because I couldn't trade if I wasn't calm. And then from there, I would turn on Bloomberg and turn on my trading view and watch the markets. I had a blocked out time that was from 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. I needed to have that time blocked out to be able, for me to be able to trade and be successful at trading, because that's the time the New York market opened. So I had to make sure that I was in front of it. So a lot of times when I looked at that, that was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I had to block that time out. That's what time blocking is. So leaving out time. So like, let's say, for instance, you're telling me you want to read. You want to read more books. So next question I'm going to ask you is, where are you blocking out time to read? You want to start working out. Where are you blocking out time to work out? Sacrifices need to be made for you to get the things that you want, right? You can't be telling me that you want to be able to get this goal that you have, but you also are saying that you don't want to do it. That's now the big want versus small want, right? So this big want of, let's use weight loss. You want to lose 20 pounds. Now that's the big want. The small want is now to block out time to be able to work out, go for a walk, do something that's neat, right? So like moving around a bit more. Like these things are small ones, and they take some time out of your hand. Now, can you block out time to actually master your schedule, right? Are you in control of your schedule, or is your schedule in control of you? You need to take control of your schedule. That's where time blocking comes in. So utilizing a calendar like Google Calendar, if you're a paper person, use a paper calendar. Get a paper calendar from Staples, or Walmart or wherever. Amazon, go on there and get a paper calendar. Use your iPad, your tablet, whatever you need to use, but start time blocking your time so that way you know what you need to be doing so you can have priorities. So prioritizing your day to what you need to accomplish helps in terms of accomplishing things, period. Okay, next thing in terms of helping yourself grow in productivity would be healthy habits. Stress. So the self-care is very important. I really mean by self-care is taking care of you, right? Because realistically, you can't take care of other people, you can't take care of yourself. So this is where regular exercise, nutrition, sufficient sleep are good for maintaining energy and mental clarity. So a lot of times people are not working out, they're not eating, and they're not sleeping enough. And they're getting more stressed and more stressed and more stressed, but then it's like you're not taking care of yourself. You need to pause for a second, because these healthy habits are going to make you healthier, right? So it's understanding that these healthy habits are things that I need to do in order to help myself take care of everybody else. So what I do a lot of times for my sleep is I'll count backwards. So like if I'm like, okay, I'm a 6 to 7 hour sleep type of guy. So I'll look at my time and I'm like, what time do I need to wake up for to be able to be up by whatever time I need to wake up by. So I am that 7 hour window. Once that 7 hours hits, I need to be in bed, because if I'm not in bed by the 7 hours, I am sluggish. It's not good, right? It's not a good scene. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for me. It's not good for my job. My job requires me to sleep because I'm dealing with people. So a lot of times when I'm sluggish with people, that doesn't help my overall success in my job. Next. So another thing that really helps is continuous learning. Continuous learning is realistically it's never being, especially in the fitness industry, you never stop learning, right? I'm a type of person who suggests doing workshops and courses every 6 months. If you do a course every 6 months and a workshop or a seminar every 3 months, you will be ahead of the field everywhere else. And a lot of times trainers don't do that. Like, you as a trainer think you know everything. The fitness industry is forever changing. Someone's doing research right now as we speak, as you're listening to this podcast, and you already know it. Are you in there with them? No. Continuous learning is very important, because the reality is that like you're going to need to like figure it out. So a lot of, in terms of like different continuous learning, I'm going to actually have one of the education specialists from a big box gym and come on here and talk about education and talk about the importance of personal trainers educating themselves in continuous education. But one of the biggest things that really you need to work on, talk about a couple courses, like if you're in year one of your personal training field, or you're looking at getting into personal training, two courses that you need to take. One is your certification course. So whatever you need to be certified as, make sure you finish that up, get that done. Two is an assessment course. Any assessment course, well, not any assessment course, a couple of assessment courses are really good, is DTS, Darby Training Systems, ETA, Exercise Therapy Association, Barbell Rehab, KP, Kinetic Performance Movements, PICP. Another one that's really good would be Check. Right? These are all assessment courses. Assessment courses are important because you're dealing with the general population. A lot of times when we're looking at training and we're looking at being able to work through things, we have trouble being able to focus on like what we need to do. So a lot of times when it comes to like continuous learning and we're focused on like, let's say, an assessment course, a lot of times we don't pick out the right courses, or we do courses that we're interested in. So a good course that you can do as well is any like USA Olympic weightlifting is really good. These are more specialty courses, a kettlebell course, fascial stretch therapy, nutrition courses. These are all great courses to start doing as you continue moving in your career. But the first course needs to be assessment so you can deal with the general public and go from there. Realistically, the last thing that's going to help you with productivity is delegate and outsource. The importance of delegating tasks are important. Like, if someone else can do the task that you're asking that you can do. So look at this. I look at it like this, okay? If I have a task that I know someone else can do it, I'm going to get that next person to do it. Because if they can do it as good as me, then that's great. Now, if I have no one else that can do it, what I need to do is train people to be able to do the same task. That way, I don't need to be the person that's always being called upon. That's all it is. So that really helps in terms of multiplying yourself. And that's the goal when it comes down to personal training and fitness and business, is that you want to multiply yourself. So a lot of times when it comes down to PT and it comes to your work, figure out how to multiply yourself in a way. So like, I'd say another way in terms of outsourcing or delegating would be where you write down all your coding, all your programs. Write your program somewhere where it's a centralized place where you can be able to get it. Maybe use some Trainerize or use another app that your clients can get to and write everything down. Utilize AI. AI is there for a reason. That's outsourcing. It's free, right? Figure it out. Figure out how to outsource and make your job easier, because that's what's going to help you up. And as you free up time, you can do more valuable activities, right? That's the point of outsourcing. Why do people get a trainer? It's for accountability, but really good people get a trainer because it's outsourcing. They no longer need to think, and they're delegating a task. The task that they're delegating is them in the gym. They don't want to think about what they're going to do in the gym. They're hiring you as a trainer to help them figure out what to do in the gym. So therefore, they don't need to figure it out. They're coming in just, hey, show me what to do. Okay? So realistically, in conclusion, our journey as a fitness professionals is a blend of big wants and small wants. By mastering daily productivity through prioritization, time blocking, healthy habits, focus, and then continuous learning and delegation, we can take significant steps towards achieving our long-term fitness goals. Really and truly, thank you so much, guys, for joining me today on Unlocking Your Potential. Remember, every small action you take today brings you closer to the big fitness dreams you aspire to achieve. Keep striving for excellence, and you'll not only transform yourself, but you'll also inspire and transform the lives of those you serve. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow fitness professionals. We'll be back soon with more insightful discussion to help you unlock your potential. Until then, stay focused, stay motivated, and keep pursuing your big wants. Peace. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, keep pushing boundaries, inspiring change, and making a lasting impact through the personal training. Stay motivated, stay committed, and remember, the journey to excellence is just beginning. This has been Manny Fraser signing off. Keep shining, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Happy coaching!